I'm CJ.
I'm Evan, and you're watching Laketoria Nights, a show where two cousins play video games and talk about entertainment stuff, like movies, TV shows, video games, and everything in between. Today we are playing Elder Scrolls Online, and if you've been following along, this is the only game we've been playing, so I don't know why we'd be playing anything else. We're about to go into a dungeon. I look super awesome, and CJ is strumming out some beats. What you playing, CJ?
I have no idea. I don't get to pick the song. I'm just really good at playing it, though.
Wait, is there like levels to like how good you play it or something?
I don't think so.
So you
Just
can't
one
like
of the-
panhandle anywhere? Just
Nah. I wish I could. Usually I do this when I'm going to be
Okay.
walking away from my screen for a minute, and I don't want it to kick me out
Right.
of the game. So I'll like do jumping jacks, or I'll play an instrument so it doesn't knock me out for idling.
yeah. All right. Well, that makes sense. Well, today we have our friend who's been on every episode of the show ever. Welcome, Andy. Everybody, say hi, Andy.
What's up, guys?
All right. Yes.
You know, it's
yeah.
not really a big precedent when there's only been, what, like four shows?
Okay. You know what? It's big to us. So, all right.
Fair enough.
So then we're going in. Do you know anything about this dungeon we're going into? 'Cause there's a lot of people running in and out.
I have
It
no
is
idea what
called Orc's Finger Ruins. So,
which is the dirtiest dungeon.
Okay. All right. We're gonna
That's
talk.
like a nasty boy dungeon.
All right. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready when you are. Let's go into the Orc's Finger and take this out. All right. You ready?
You like how there's a circle on the door, too?
here we go. As soon as you said,
Alright,
let's go to the
so-
Orc's Finger, I wanted to go to a different dungeon. But we're already here, so here we are.
So we're gonna get things started up right. I guess since today is what a day before all our favorite games are launching today, I figured we'd just have a quick talk about how awesome this weekend's going to be because of all our games coming out. And in particular for me, it's Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and for what was it? For Andy, it was what was it?
Monster Hunter World.
That's right, Monster Hunter World.
The game I've been waiting for years.
Right. So
Glorious return to a real console.
then where'd you go? Okay. So then CJ, what are you excited about the new Dragon Ball game?
Honestly, I've been waiting forever to get like a really good Dragon Ball game. And I feel like this is what I've been waiting for. Like, not to say I didn't like the Budokai games and things like that, but there was just so much involved with those, and it didn't feel like a fighting game. It felt like a Dragon Ball Z game, but it didn't feel like a fighting game. And I think this is gonna feel like, playing, Marvel vs. Capcom, but with your favorite Dragon Ball characters. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
super pumped.
I guess I'm really looking forward to all the cool looking skins in fighting games. I mean, I love doing that in fighting games, is getting
All the palette swaps.
yeah, all that other cool stuff. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most. And the fact that, you don't have to pay actual money for loot boxes. You just have to keep playing the game, and the game gives you your currency for playing. That's the only thing I'm really excited for. And I'm a little curious about the story mode and how things work out, since I was looking at a couple of things on YouTube about some of the story mode stuff. But what is it about Monster Hunter that you're excited about, Andy?
Well, for at least, oh gosh, what's it been? I think it's been about 5-ish years since it was out on an actual console, and even then it was on like the Nintendo system, so the graphics weren't, the best.
Right.
So I'm mainly just looking forward to seeing its glorious return to high resolution and good graphics.
Well, I did watch you play some of that. I watched you play the beta, and the graphics are gorgeous.
Yeah, they are. The only thing that is disappointing me right now is that I could not spring for a PS4 Pro. So, but when I do, it's gonna get even prettier. And it'll make recording the hunts and stuff like that a little bit better. The other big thing that I'm actually really looking forward to is in the past editions you could only ever have 4 people in a single gathering hall.
Right.
And that's where you join up and do all your missions together and stuff like that.
Right.
And you could only ever have 4 people. So if you had more than 4 or more than 3 friends and yourself, someone had to sit out if you were all on at the same time. The new hunting areas, I believe, it's still only 4 people allowed in a single mission. But I believe you can have 16 people in the same gathering hall, which makes it so that you can actually organize multiple groups and stuff like that, so nobody's really feeling left out.
So you can take like 16 people to fight one monster?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just in the gathering hall. The actual hunts are still 4-person. But let's say you had 6 people, you could always... We had 5 people that played Monster Hunter with us when we did it. And so we ran into a situation where if you wanted to max out the number of people on a hunt, someone was getting left out. So you either had to do a 4-man and a 1-man, or a 3-man and a 2-man. Something along those lines.
Right.
I like that you went for the bear first, by the way. But yeah, it's nice that you can feasibly fill up a gathering room with 16 people, and you could have four teams going out on different hunts and stuff like that, but still ending up in the same place when the hunts are over. So everyone can still communicate and stuff like that. It's just a nice quality of life thing.
Good. All good
See,
stuff.
and it's a game like that that makes me say, damn it, I want cross-platforming. I do plan on getting Monster Hunter for Xbox One. And since I have the Xbox One X and my wife has the Xbox One S, like the games are definitely going to look a lot better on those than on like the regular Xbox. But I'm definitely getting Monster Hunter, but like knowing that you're playing it on PlayStation makes me mad, because now it's like, alright, well, I'm probably going to buy the game on 2 systems just so I can play with you.
And you wouldn't want to do that anyways, just because of how much your progress is tied in the games is tied to your account.
Exactly.
Because like Monster Hunter is a game where I've literally maxed out a save file before. Like I still remember loading up one of the old PSP games, and my save file was 999:99. So I have no idea how many hours I actually spent playing that game. But yeah, so it is a shame, because I would love that's a game where, since it's purely cooperative, it doesn't matter if you have PC players and it mixed in with everybody else, and it would be a great opportunity to bring everyone together in on one system.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you're not an enemy. Oh well, whatever.
But yeah, as for Dragon Ball FighterZ, I'm not going to get a whole lot of opportunity to play that right away, because I'm definitely going to be busy with Monster Hunter. But I am really excited about it. I love pretty much every fighting game that ArcSys has ever put out. They always do a nice job balancing stuff, and I'm glad that they're putting the same loot box system that's in Guilty Gear Revelator 2nd that is going to be in Fighters, because it's just a nice way to make it rewards people for playing.
It's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's what a loot box system how it should function, is to reward people for playing, not like punish people for not paying money.
Yeah. Don't be Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I mean, nobody needs to talk about loot boxes. We all know what's good and what's bad. So.
Oh, that was a mistake.
You forgot how to block.
You're running away now, aren't you?
Like when my kids get older, they get the game and the season pass. Anything else? No.
Right.
Good job.
Alright, well, moving on. Oh, is there anyone else in here? No.
Down here.
Don't have much time left.
You're a werewolf. Okay.
Well, sorry. Okay, there we go. So, moving on, because I was like, I gotta stay a werewolf. I gotta stay a werewolf. Oh, why did I do this? Okay, so, I guess the main part that we're gonna talk about tonight is, I guess, the rumors about Ben Affleck not wanting to be Batman anymore, and if he wasn't going to be Batman anymore, who would fill his role? And I guess rumor has it that Jake Gyllenhaal is considered to be, I guess, the new Batman, if that's the case.
You might have bit off a little more than you can chew.
I did. Oh my God, CJ, what happened to you? Where are you? Protect me!
Sam, where are you at?
I'm running the other direction. Where did you go? Why do I do this? All right, cool.
Here I am.
All right, kill them, kill all of them. And while you're saving me, what do you think about Jake Gyllenhaal? What do you think about? How would you feel about Jake Gyllenhaal being the new Batman if that ever happened?
I feel like it's a dumb idea.
Why is that?
I'm tired of super famous people playing roles that I feel like at this time should go to up-and-comers. And Jake
So you
Gyllenhaal,
think
I
an
don't think he's that good
up-and-comer
of an
would be
actor.
able to fill? So you think up-and-comer would fill Ben Affleck's role?
Well, I feel like
You're getting all whooped up on. Don't forget you got a potion.
I feel like when it comes to playing Batman, it's like I don't want to say it's sacred. But there's a list of great Batmans, and like where you rank as a Batman per se. And someone like Jake
Keep running
Gyllenhaal.
back into the enemies.
Remember when Ben Affleck first started playing Batman? And I said
Yeah.
it feels weird because it's going to be like the George Clooney effect, where I'm sure you make a good Bruce Wayne, but when you're Batman, I'm just like, hey, George Clooney, why are you dressed up like Batman? I don't feel like you're Batman. And I felt the same way with Ben Affleck until I was proven wrong. He made a good Batman. And then with Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm kind of like, I don't really like you that much as an actor. I don't really believe you as Bruce Wayne, but you definitely have Batman's square chin.
That's it. So because he has a square chin, you're like, I can buy you as Batman because you have a square chin.
I can buy you as
short list.
I can buy you as Batman if you were like the animated series Batman, but this is a real world Batman. So
if he was
think he's
voicing
good.
Batman, that's different.
Yeah, I can get him as voicing Batman. I don't see him playing Batman. That and I mean, Prince of Persia stunk. It's just the last like kind of hero-y movie I think
so
I
did I.
remember him in. I don't see him playing
I'm not
Batman.
gonna lie, I completely forgot.
Well, no,
about
I
that.
think Jake Gyllenhaal was in like last time I remember him, he was in like this weird train movie where the train kept blowing up and he kept trying to stop it, and he kept reliving the same day trying to save it.
Well, if it was Batman,
I think
it
it's
would
the last
never
time I
blew up
remember
the
seeing
first time.
Well, okay, fine, you're right. It wouldn't happen that way, but Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't Batman at that point.
Sounds like he
I mean,
failed his training to be Batman. Maybe he can be like like Robin. Like when Robin gets the Red Hood mantle. He was that. Like I can see him in a Batman movie. I can't see him as Batman though.
All right,
just
then
don't
who
see
would
it.
you? Then who do you think would be a better Batman than Jake Gyllenhaal if Ben Affleck were to say, "I'm out"?
I'd say give it to someone new, someone who we haven't really
So
seen.
you want someone you haven't seen before? That's what you want.
Yeah, or someone who doesn't have such an acclaimed career.
Well,
It doesn't mean necessarily new.
we did talk.
Like Christian Bale was new. You know what I mean? And when I say new, he wasn't.
But
like,
he was still
new
a star,
as-
though. He's been in stuff.
Yeah, but he was kind of like relatively unknown per se. No one really knew who he was
Oh no.
until he played Batman.
He's in a lot of award-winning movies. At least I think he was. I'm pretty sure he
Well,
was.
The thing about award-winning movies, Kevin, not a lot of people have seen award-winning movies.
Okay, you're right, but they do know about them.
You can know of him. Like, I don't know. I think he's just too. I think Jake Gyllenhaal's just too big for the role. I think he'd
And
be
you'd rather
distracting.
see someone new.
I think
you'd
it'd
rather
be
see somebody
distracting as
new.
Batman. Yeah, 'cause I think if we have someone new as Batman, then it leaves less room for critics. And when I say that, I mean, whenever you have someone casted in a role like a Batman or a Joker, and it's like a known actor, they're heavily criticized prior to the role ever coming out, and then I think they suffer
Right.
from it. Like, what's his face who played the Joker? Heath Ledger? How much did people criticize Heath Ledger for getting the Joker? Until it turned out he was an amazing Joker.
Yeah, but Fletcher was an actual actor. He had some. I'm pretty sure he had some films under his belt before he got that role, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, that's what I'm saying. The bigger you are, the more you're going to get scrutinized before we ever see you in the role. I don't mean your career as a whole scrutinized. I mean, you do something, like, wasn't Heath Ledger in, like, 10 Things I Hate About You? And in Brokeback
Yeah,
Mountain?
he was also in a night, and he was in Knight's Tale also.
Yeah. And those movies get heavily scrutinized. His performances, which I think in those movies were fine, now they're going to bleed into, well, I don't want the guy from Brokeback Mountain to be in Batman. You know what I mean? Because people are gonna associate their biggest role to date that they know of with the current role. And I think it's gonna ruin the movie for some moviegoers who aren't gonna be able to separate, the two.
Yeah.
I guess I could see that. What do you think about that, Andy? About Jake Gyllenhaal being Batman?
Honestly, I've never really watched many, if any, of his movies. So I'm not too familiar with him as an actor.
Lucky.
I mean, that just goes for, on the whole, I don't watch a lot of movies. It's just not really my thing. That said, I feel like bringing in an actor that may or may not be familiar with the role, or even a big name in acting, I feel like that's best done when you are looking at maybe a more like experimental script or something.
Right.
Which I don't know if a Batman movie's ever going to really be like that. So I guess that would be my one fear, is if you bring like some unknown variable into the mix, and then it's a Batman movie. I worry about whether or not that person would actually be capable of
handling
that role.
But on the flip side, couldn't you think that someone who is relatively unknown and wouldn't have the schedule of a Jake Gyllenhaal or someone else who's a megastar would be more dedicated to the role?
Oh, they absolutely would be. I'm not talking
And you
about
might get a better performance.
Yeah, I'm not talking about their effort. I'm saying that it potentially puts too many unknown variables into that mix. And so that would really come down to the director as to whether or not that's something they feel like they could get away with in that movie, is having their lead character be an X factor.
So then, so to me, it kind of sounds like, well, DC has nothing to lose by bringing in not nobody, but a lesser-known actor to fill a lead role.
They
I
really
mean,
don't.
I would agree.
I
with
feel
that.
like the expectations for whatever Batman movie come out should be low, given the history of DC movies thus far.
Given that it's a DC movie.
I think you
I
shouldn't
know we
have
talked
high
about this
expectations.
before in our Batgirl video, but I
Could
mean,
you imagine Lindsay Lohan and Jake Gyllenhaal in a Batman movie? Would you want to go see that?
That was
like,
perfect,
really?
Kevin.
well, like I said before, I'm kind of open to the fact that, what is it? If Lindsay Lohan were to be Batgirl, I'm open to it, and that's only because I don't think, I mean, you can't get any lower, I guess. I don't know if that's, I don't even know if that's a good way of saying
Lower
it.
than lower.
Well, I mean, no.
You could have an upside
We
win.
need to put it that way. All I'm saying is, I'm open to the idea of Lindsay Lohan being Batgirl. Oh, that's not true, right? This is how I get killed.
Yes, it is. You just run away thinking he's right behind you.
But overall, you think that any changes that DC wants to make, or any recasting they want to do, you think they should bring in lesser known actors?
Yeah, the best
And that's kind of-
the best thing that DC has done so far was the Justice League. Can we agree on that? That's probably the best movie DC has.
No, I mean the best movie they did was Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman definitely.
Wonder Woman was the best one, but
All right,
I think
What did they use for Wonder Woman? Who played Wonder Woman?
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
she
no,
was,
no.
Well, she was in the Fast and Furious movies, wasn't she? Wonder Woman? I'm pretty sure she was.
The Fast and
The
Furious
Furious-
movies. Clearly, the
She was in like
apex of action.
oh, she was in like
No,
two.
all I'm saying is everyone's
She was only
seen those movies, all right?
she was only in she was only in one or two of them, and that doesn't make her a superstar.
Okay, fine.
My whole
Then your
like,
point has been made then.
I'm not saying you need a brand new actor. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I want someone who
Someone
doesn't have
fresh
a
off the
giant.
street.
Yeah, I don't want someone who just turned 18 and drove their Volkswagen van that they got at an auction for $20 to California.
You don't
And
know
they're
their
wa-
skill.
and they're waiting tables, and now they're playing Batman. That's not what I want.
That guy,
I want
guy's
someone-
sign, that guy's sign says we'll work for free. Look how much money we can save if we make him Batman.
Exactly.
That's a
I'm
couple
just saying
million right there.
I want someone who isn't as well known, who has like a couple of films under their belt, but someone who's not a megastar. Let this movie make them a megastar. Gal Gadot is a megastar now because of Wonder Woman, not because of Fast and Furious. The cast of the Justice League, relatively unknown people. Jason Momoa has some good acting credits, but aside from Khal Drogo, tell me some stuff he's been in.
I can't.
Exactly. By the way, shout out to Jason Momoa for marrying every black kid's childhood crush, Denise Huxtable. Good on you.
We talked about her in previous episodes too. So anyway.
But I'm just saying,
Noticing a
something good
theme
with
here.
casting. The good thing with casting is like you find someone who isn't a megastar. That way, when you're watching the movie, you're not looking at it as this megastar playing a part. You're looking at the story. You're watching the movie. Same thing with Marvel
Yeah.
movies. You know what I mean? There's not really a lot of megastars in Marvel movies, and the megastars that are in Marvel movies are either people reviving their career, or like Samuel L. Jackson, even though his role is big, his screen time isn't.
I get it.
So it's nothing against Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor. Like, I'm sure if he played Batman, he wouldn't be a terrible actor playing Batman, but I feel like I would be distracted watching him as Batman.
All right. Well, okay, fine. We'll leave it at that then. You're just like, no, you want someone who's not Jake Gyllenhaal level. All right.
Yeah,
I
it's the
understand
same
that.
thing with Lindsay Lohan. It's not that she's a terrible actor, even though I don't think she's a great actor. But I feel like Lindsay Lohan herself is more distracting than the role. You know what I mean? She's too distracting than the role she's trying to play. To where I can't take it seriously. When you get a good Batgirl, find someone who needs to revive their career like Amanda Bynes.
So you take Amanda Bynes as Batgirl before Lindsay Lohan?
Honestly, yeah.
Discussed that in the episode.
No, she never brought up. Did you bring up Amanda Bynes last time?
I don't think I did, but
we only
I
had
would.
4 freaking episodes, and I can't remember what we did.
I would probably take Amanda Bynes. The one person I would not take, hands down, and I heard rumors of her being in something.
Monique.
Oh, I damn sure wouldn't take Monique. But, and that's for different reasons. We can discuss that another day. Because I don't want the most decorated comedian of all time to be in my superhero movies. Wink, wink. But
Anyway, moving on.
Hold on, let me finish my point. I heard that Megan Fox is supposed to be in either DC or Marvel. I forget as what, doing something. I don't want Megan Fox in it either. She's a terrible actress.
I don't think she's a terrible actress. I think she just stopped caring.
And she has
Because I feel like yeah, she does have toe thumbs. That does bother me. But I feel like with Megan Fox, I feel like they're just like, oh, you're hot. Well, we're gonna put you in this, and you're gonna bend over the car, and this is what we're gonna do. All right. Well, in this Ninja Turtle movie, we're gonna have you get changed.
Have her in a Super Bowl ad then. Keep her out of my movies.
I don't know what you have against Megan Fox.
I can deal with Megan Fox for like the 20 seconds for a commercial.
I think that's like the biggest.
It really is. I can't stand her toe.
All right. Well, okay, but we're moving on to the next section. We're going on to the last part of our show, and normally I would have you do like a final thought or CJ's rant, but over this time, and I'm gonna do like a nostalgia corner, I guess. So last night I was having some video problems, like I always do, and I had 2 bowls of ramen because I was foolish and thought Andy wanted some ramen. Anyway, I ate the 2 bowls and I ended up passing out in my room. When I woke up, the Hulu went out of control, and I ended up watching Tiny Toons. And I don't know, I just felt kind of good watching Tiny Toons for like that half hour I was awake. I didn't move, I didn't do anything, and I was just kind of going like, it still holds up. I guess what I want to say is Tiny Toons still holds up. That's kind of like my nostalgia corner there.
I would agree with you on that. I was watching Tiny Toons the other day with Jess. Just I saw it on Hulu and I was like, let's turn it on just to kind of like just see it. And I forgot how the first episode played out, so it was like really cool. I think back then, watching cartoons, you never really knew about a pilot. You know what I mean? You didn't know what a pilot was.
Right.
It was just a cartoon that came on.
We were watching those that.
Yeah. So
Right.
being able to go back and watch the pilot and have in your mindset where the show goes from here, and seeing how it really started. 'Cause you probably saw this episode 1,000 times, but you never really paid too much attention to it. So for me, watching the first few episodes was just like really cool.
Cool. I also noticed that Babs acts a lot like Lola from the Looney Tunes TV show.
Yeah,
When they
Lola
turned it
came
into a
out.
sitcom.
Yeah, Lola came out years after Babs. You can
Right.
really say that Lola was the inspiration. Babs was the inspiration for Lola.
I'm just kind of mad that well, maybe they'll come back too. Maybe, fingers crossed. But yeah, that's just my nostalgia. Tiny Toons still holds up when you watch it again. So, with that said, does anyone have anything to plug or anything to say before we end this episode?
Everybody watch out for Sea of Thieves. That game, low-key, I feel like could win an award, like Game of the Year.
It might. It very well may. Like
low key, that game I feel like
it's
it's gonna
well
be something special.
designed, and it's got nice multiplayer functions. It's gonna be a good game when it eventually does drop. Do we have a release date for it?
I believe
Isn't it March
out
20th?
in-
Is
yeah,
it
I think
really?
it was like the end of March.
Man. Every year, I keep saying, wow, there's no way we're gonna top this year in video games, and then we're already, like, at a pretty high point, and it's January.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign, right? You have something to look forward to every month.
Absolutely. Last year was an amazing year for video games, and we're already, like, on pace with it, if not better.
You know what I'm surprised at this past year?
What's that?
How many times Elder Scrolls Skyrim came out?
Right.
Like, I refuse to play it on the Switch.
Game of the Year edition. No, for real this time.
Like, I refuse to play it on the Switch, but the fact that it's on the Switch, it's like, you know what? Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.
Oh my god. Alright, let's get our catchphrases going so we can just sign off. Come back here, I don't want to die. Where are you going? Alright, get a safe spot, and we're going to end the episode. So, I'll start with you, Andy.
Alright, I got no catchphrases. I just want to pitch the show. If you guys like what you listened to today, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to a growing channel.
Sweet. Oh yeah, that's a pretty good sign off because mine seems. Oh wait, no, go ahead. Your turn, CJ.
I'm kind of just gonna echo what Andy said. Definitely like, subscribe. We're doing a lot of cool things. Check out our Is It Worth It reviews. Zombies going up sometime next week, right, Kevin?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Assuming the recording software.
As soon as everything works fine.
So, I mean, look for that. We're definitely going to be playing games and, you know, shooting videos for you. And just keeping up on the culture. I mean, 2018 is going to be a big year. We're going to do a lot of cool, fun things. And we really want you to be a part of it.
Cool. All right then. Well then, this is Kevin saying anything worth fighting for is worth fighting dirty for. So we're gonna leave it like that. You guys take it easy, and I'm gonna see if I can try and find CJ. I lost him again.
I thought you were right behind me. I just left.
Bye everyone. like and subscribe. There's a lot of people down here. I'm
I
scared.
live here now.
This is my place.
I'm going back
Alright.
in.